Hello, everyone. This is your DJ Globally Carla, KZSU 90.1 FM. I'm excited because we're going to get to chat with the founders of the Small Island Big Song organization. We're going to welcome Taiwanese producer BaoBao Chen and the Australian music producer and filmmaker Tim Cole. We're going to learn about Small Island Big Song and what we can expect from the performance here at Stanford. Let's bring them in. BaoBao and Tim.
Got it.
Welcome to the show.
Here we are.
Carla.
Hi, where are you guys?
We're outside of our cabin in the woods.
In where? What country?
On Vashon Island in Washington State.
Oh, in Washington State. Okay, so we're on the same time zone. I'm so excited to have you on the show. Yay!
Yeah, thank you.
All right, I'm going to start with a fun moment, and that is asking each one of you for 3 fun facts about you. And it can be live, professional, anything.
Wow.
That's what fun facts. I'm not sure what fun facts. Well, my name is Tim, but that's Tim with a T, not Tim with a B, because if it was the B, it would be Bim, not Tim. So that's my Liza Minnelli moment.
And you're going to be playing at the Bing, Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah, big concert hall. We're coming.
Yeah.
I collect thank yous. Whenever I meet a new person, a language that's new to me, I like to collect a thank you. So it's my collection of thank yous I carry.
Yeah, that is new, very unique. Never heard that before.
And for a while, I collected pictures that people take of their food to put up at their restaurants to promote dishes. And I've got this eccentric. I thought it was good to have a strange hobby. I thought it was just like a balanced personality needs, an obscure hobby. So I've got this collection of laminated food photos that people have taken to promote their pies or their vegetarian burgers or whatever it may be.
Yeah, make sure it's
Okay.
vegetarian.
Yeah, it's all vegetarian now. That's all we mentioned.
Okay.
Hey, that's the direction our planet has to go to.
That is true.
They're my 3 things.
Uh, and for me,
Do you like stinky tofu?
I like stinky tofu. And last night we actually just shared the stinky tofu with the rest of the group. You know, they're from Mauritius, Marshall Islands, Papua New Guinea, and they've never tried these before. They were really nervous waiting behind the door and see how stinky it is. But
Is it
was okay.
Taiwanese?
Yeah, Taiwanese dishes.
Yeah.
And 2012, I went to Australia for working holiday, and then my first job was picking up rubbish around the festival site.
Oh, wow.
One day, I was walking around and picking up rubbish, and someone started to talk to me, and that's him.
That was me. Oh,
Tim was the sound mixer at that festival, and
yeah, it
that's
was
how
one
we
of my
met.
regular gigs. Yeah, we met there
Yeah.
at the music festival.
And last one. Uh, I still remember the first rehearsal we did a small and big song with the musicians from all across the ocean, and the first thing we did was counting from 1 to 10 in everyone's languages, indigenous languages, and there were so many numbers that are the same everywhere on these
Yeah, that's
islands, which is
amazing. Just amazing.
seems very far apart from each other, but we're all connected
Yeah.
linguistically and culturally and now musically.
Yeah.
So really
Right.
glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you. I've been playing world music for a long time, and I have to be honest, I don't really know a lot about music from that part of the world. Being Brazilian, I focused a lot on Brazilian and Latin music and Caribbean, African. So I'm really excited to see you, to see the performance. So let's talk about the beginning. What gave
Hmm.
birth to this project?
Wow. Well, the two of us, we were living in Central Australia. I had a job at an Aboriginal Australian recording shares, and the contract was finishing, and we were inspired by that experience there, and also we had a trip to Vanuatu to work with a water percussion group called the Luatin Cultural Experience. And the experience there, we learnt about this, we mentioned before, this heritage, this ancestry of the Indian and Pacific Ocean, which can be traced back to Taiwan over 5,000 years. And so those two things, like working in Central Australia, recording songlines, songs that speak about relationships to nature, relationships to the earth, and this heritage of the sea, and hearing the IPCC report, the fifth IPCC report in 2015.
Mhm.
And we thought, wow, we just thought, well, whatever we do from here on, it has to focus. This has to be the focus. What can we bring to this issue of respecting our planet and healing our planet's ecosystem? So, as music producers, concert producers, we thought, well, let's work with these artists across the Pacific to create a platform for their voices to be heard and the voices of their homelands and nature.
Yeah.
And when did that idea become a realization? When did you realize, okay, it's feasible, we can actually do this?
Um, After we had the idea, after we heard the IPCC report, we quit our jobs in 2 months. We didn't have a lot of money. We sold two cars. If we had a house, we probably would sell the house too. Um, and we just starting recording one musician, the second, and we spent 3 years at the end, visiting 16 different countries. And usually not just the capital. We really went into a lot of the indigenous communities and record in nature in some really unique places. Like for example, when we were in Hawaii, Kukuhi was on the phone and we explained the project, and she said, "I will only record and film on
On the river,
Kilauea on the ring
Kilauea
of
volcano.
during sunrise."
So,
But
okay.
yeah, and or even like in Papua New Guinea, the artist took us to the really deep into the rain, not the what's that called? With
Volcano, what was
no
it?
with Kiowa.
Oh, Kiowa, yeah.
What's that called again?
We asked people for the first album was all about connecting to the voice of nature. So we asked people that represent the heritage that have
Mm-mm.
lived with that place the longest. We call First Nation people, people that identify that, who carry that music lineage. They sing in the language, they play the instruments that have been shaped over generations. So we asked them just to sing and play in those instruments. Any song you choose, that's up to you, but to take us to somewhere in nature that's special. So Koiwa in Booker on Bougainville, Papua New Guinea, he said, well, the mangroves.
Oh, the mango.
So he took us deep into the mangroves. It's actually where he stores um, his outrigger canoe. And we recorded amongst the mangroves, and it's beautiful because he wore this bright red, like lap sarong, and really dark skin against this vibrant green mangrove forest. And in
Um,
there, yeah, he just sung out with all his love and joy for these mangroves, like he was there on his own. It's just extraordinary.
yeah, and that was the first how we made the first album, which was released in 2018.
Mm.
And just a few days ago, we released our second album called Our Island. Um,
And it's
and
just debuted.
this album is very different to
Yeah.
the first one because it was created entirely during the pandemic when none of us can meet in person. We recorded just at everyone's home studio, but through we spent around 2 years Zoom meeting every 2 weeks for everyone to talk about their stories and just connect, just very very personal level. And we came with these songs, these
Yeah, and
working songs.
all the environmental issues, and so they're from Mauritius and Madagascar, Papua New Guinea,
Taiwan,
Tahiti, Taiwan, Marshall Islands, all meeting on Zoom.
yeah,
Many of us hadn't met. Some of us had before on the first album.
yeah.
But how do you connect with these artists? How do you even begin? Do you just do online research to see who's doing
Yeah.
the type of music?
Yeah, we a lot of
It,
them are actually
is
through
there like
through
an interview process that they have
Sort
to
of
go
not.
through and like an audition type?
No, we didn't have
No, no,
No.
no, that's all a bit formal or something. No,
it
we,
was really organic.
yeah,
Yes.
Some people we met on their island and just formed a relationship. Some people through friends, recommendation, and
so
some through market events where we came across their concert and fell in love
yeah,
with
we
them.
go research, but there's certain sort of person we're looking for, and that's, well, one is professional musicians, because this is the industry we work in. We want them to understand the way the mechanisms work, and to be in control of the choices they're making. So they're professional. They're also professional musicians who have made a choice against the trend when they started out, and to sing in their language and to play their instruments,
Mm,
keep their cultural lineage alive. So there's a trace of that going right back to the first people to sleep and live and breathe on their islands. So they're still carrying that voice, and then sort of, what's the other one? Yeah, balancing. I guess, like, we really wanted to women. We're really seeking strong women's voices.
yeah, like this tour across the US, we have four feature artists with us. They're Emlyn from Mauritius, Uta Sauliali from Taiwan, Selena Lam from the Marshall Islands, and they are four really strong and indigenous artists.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
sing?
me.
Karaoke master.
I'm busy stage
Yeah.
managing time to time, and yeah,
And the other
that's it.
thing is, they're all people that are really dynamic in this field. So they run environmental organisations. They speak out for issues. They're really bold in cultural, environmental stance, and we really wanted to unite these people from all these different islands. They might feel isolated, like they're the only one doing this, but they're
Yeah.
not. And we're helping
Yeah, and it's
unite them.
powerful when they meet in person.
I bet. So from the film part, I guess Tim, that's where you come in, right?
Hmm.
What was exciting about the filming besides the locations that you already mentioned? But are there any stories that you can tell us about the filming portion that really stand out?
I was there too.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. So, but, yeah, we created a feature film. So when we set out to do the project, actually, with my background, I've always brought film and recording into the same moment. I really see they go hand in hand for creating the visual for the concerts, and also in this case, we wove it all together to create a feature film. So it's just the two of us. We turn up with the microphones, a couple of cameras. BaoBao convinced me to get a drone, so we were both
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
and just, big film crew. I don't think you could have made our film if it was a big crew. You couldn't afford to do it, to go to all these places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, you
editing
have some
side,
great
I thought,
videos.
yeah, we did a feature film just ourselves. I sat down and just edited a whole lot, but I didn't want to make a film that was my voice, because I can't speak for these people, and I didn't. I really, both of us wanted to discover something like new to us, so we really surrendered to their choices, and then just wove the music together and let the music sort of find the direction of the narrative of the film, which is principally our songs woven together,
Mm.
watching musicians play music in nature, in their languages, on their instruments. And I mean, that's what a songline is. And that's what we wanted to do. We didn't want to have the interviews. I didn't want to create that context that usually films have, because I really think that's a Western construct, and we wanted to try find a new perspective. And I love normal documentaries. I'm a huge fan, but this was just a different way of approaching it.
So, what can the audience expect here at Stanford for your tour
Well,
without
so
giving too much away?
it's part concert, it's part theatre narrative, with all the artists wrote like sort of ideas on our island, and Selena has woven that together to create a narrative based on our island, their islands, and also our island Earth. You and it's part cinema. There's the footage from our trip, and other artists have brought some footage that's all woven into
The
the
live performance.
live performance. It's music. Some music have refreshed you, particularly from Brazil. You love the Sega rhythms from Mauritius.
Yeah.
It's all live music, all live instrumentation.
Pretty like
Only
80%. There's
Yeah, only
just
a few songs with some backing because, and those backings, when you hear them, you see them on screen, like who played those instruments.
yeah.
Because our album has probably double the size of what we can tour, but so some people will be on screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that when there is that backing, it's not me sitting there with computers and samples, and it's the artist recorded on their homeland playing their traditional instruments in nature. That's what you see on screen. You see them playing it, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's not programmed synthesizers. But our new album's got a little bit of that, but played by us. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be playing more from the new album here on KZSU. We've been playing some already. But we
Great.
have a lot of great artists coming to Stanford. Thank God. I mean, they're keeping their season going in spite of this COVID situation, and I'm looking forward to it. Great
Yeah.
musicianship.
And we just got some fantastic news today that's really exciting. That our
What's that?
album, well, there's like a global world music chart, the top
It's
50,
called Transglobal Music Chart.
and it's by critics, world music critics, and we've entered the chart, our first entry at number one,
Oh my God, that is
which
awesome,
is really
guys.
exciting. So
Congratulations.
number
Which
one,
song?
yeah,
Which
the
song?
whole
The
album.
Oh,
album.
the whole album. Oh,
No, no, the album,
nice.
yeah,
Very
the
good.
whole album, yeah.
Congratulations. We'll have to
Yeah, the first
celebrate.
time. First,
Mm,
yeah.
Is it your first time in
yeah.
Stanford also?
Sorry, I missed that. Is
Is it your first time at Stanford University?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, and we're,
All of
we're
ours. First
respect,
time.
respect. What a profile university, and the Bing Concert Hall. It's just so beautiful. We're so looking forward to, and there will be some moments where the singers will just sing out. There's some strong singers here into that space. No amplification, and it will really like pierce everyone's hearts. I know. And we're also connecting with the local powwow group to come and do a collaborative piece in one section.
Oh, okay. Like during the show, not an opening.
Yeah. During the show, yeah, and you'll find there is a bit of a crossover between some of the traditions from the island communities, particularly the indigenous Taiwanese, the Amis and the Paiwan. I think it'll be interesting collaboration.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think it'll be
Yeah.
extraordinarily moving.
Yeah, that sounds really good. Any expectations that you have from Stanford? Like what do you envision Stanford to be for you?
With it,
Wow. For
well, such a
me,
profile place, the
yeah.
beautiful concert hall. I think it's going to bring out like some really sort of delicate performances in the musicians,
And
some really dynamic, sensitive performances.
yeah, and Stanford also been creating a study guide based on our project. They made this beautiful, beautiful study guide for us and to share with other universities as well.
Like an
So,
Great.
actual class?
Yeah.
so we will be doing, besides the concert, we also offer outreach programs, like panels, workshops, and the film screening. So
Let's talk about that. I don't think I saw
that, yeah,
anything
Yeah.
about that. What's going on besides the concert?
Yeah, so we really thought, how can we bring more to engagement? There's a concert, and that's our prime source, but we wanted personal contact as well. So these panels, workshops, the film presentation are ways that we can bring the story off the stage and actually one-on-one through the panels. So we've
Okay,
got,
that must be internal because I don't see it on
yeah,
the external
it is
website.
internal, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
it's for the
Okay.
students to attend.
But
Okay.
we'll be taking it to festivals as well in the future and offering them as part of public program at
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. All right, anything else that you would like for us to know about the organization, about your mission?
Well, our mission is, our planet is in a dire situation. Our ecosystem is collapsing. And this is our window to address it full gusto. We're musicians from islands, and that's what we can bring to this issue as artists, because we believe there's lots of ways to address this issue, but we're missing the will. And hopefully, we know art is a way to shape culture, to touch personal narratives and motivate. You know, we're not pointing fingers. We're there to lift and celebrate.
But do you think that when people walk away from your performance, they will know or they will feel how and what they can do to make a change?
Well, what they can do, we don't have all those answers as musicians, but we will take you to some sad places, But we will also lift you with how much we love our oceans as well. But yeah, we're gonna show you what's happening. But
Inform
then we're
and
gonna
lift.
and
Yeah.
comfort too. When we go to those sad places, we'll be there to comfort. Yeah, but then we'll be there to get you moving, and because surfing, how much we love our oceans too. Art.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I'm very excited. Thank you so much for stopping by to talk to us today. And for everyone
Yeah.
listening, they're going to be at Stanford on Wednesday, February 9th, and you can buy tickets at Stanford Live online today. And there's only one performance, right? It's at 7:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I will see you live on the 9th.
Yay!
Great. Bye.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Safe
Thank you,
travels.
Carla.
Thanks for your time and good luck
Yeah.
with everything. Bye bye.